Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Survival Minecraft. Last time we visited the end, got our first elytra, and got a few struggle boxes from a couple cities, and then came back and started work on the sorting system and storage room. So as you can see between episodes, we ended up making a massive improvement to the storage room, and let's go over those changes right now before we get started with this episode. All right, well there's a lot going on in this picture, so I'll just let you take it in for a second, and we'll go through it one by one, and I'll let you know what I've been working on between episodes. So starting from the bottom up, this is kind of the progress I worked in anyways, is I made these red off, it's kind of like carpet, I guess. You know, these are the pathways where you walk, and then this is just the carpet of the room, I guess. But I use these high fade blocks as kind of a highlight color, and I'm not really too happy with it. I wish it was a little bit less gray and white, but more of a deeper red color to kind of match the nether wart and these stems. But it looks okay. I think it kind of gives a good contrast to the dark of the stems and the redness of the nether wart. I went from there and started these vines as a way to get upstairs, and then the stem blocks as sort of a trim to the black stone walls. It kind of breaks up the walls a little bit, and I like the way that that looks. Adds a little bit of color to otherwise black and red room. You know, gives it a little bit more texture. One of our members, Hawken, was nice enough to make me these red lanterns. This is just a retextured regular lantern. I had these regular lanterns hanging up all over, and I just thought, I was looking at this corner and just was thinking, those don't really look right. I wish they were red. So he was nice enough to make those for me. So thanks, Hawken, for doing that. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about these red lanterns, because I'm really hyped to have red lanterns in Minecraft, because we have redstone torches, just like we have blue torches and yellow torches, which both have a lantern color assigned to them, but we don't have a red lantern, even though we do have a red torch. So if this is something you'd like to see, let Mojang know, tweet it, holler at me, leave a message in the comments, let me know that you guys like these. As far as their fit in the base, I really like this corner because they give a nice little detail. It's subtle, but it fits. But over here, I feel like there might be too much red going on, and then it kind of makes the chest stick out a little bit, like the color of these kind of gets messed up. So it's making me really want to retexture these chests as well to more of a charcoal color to fit the base, but I'm not going to go into all that, because once I start, I'm just going to keep going and going. So upstairs we have all these chests, which took me, hours to chop all the trees to make all these. I don't want to talk about it. It just took way too long for what it is. It's just a bunch of chests. It's like nothing extravagant at all, but yeah. Anyways, I got all these chests up here, and this won't be sorted storage, I don't think. I don't see a reason to at the moment, because I got a lot of storage down there that I haven't even used yet. But this is just future proofing for, just I need lots of stone or just random stuff. Last season, we had a good wall of storage, and I liked the way that worked out. So yeah, a lot of items only need about one chest worth or less. So this will be a good way to sort through all that. I will go through and mark all this stuff with item frames. Just haven't got around to making those yet, because I'm just working on the structure at the moment. As far as up here goes, I didn't really have a plan for where this is going to go or what this needs to be. But the main thing was this platform just kind of stopped right here. And I didn't like that because it just dropped below, and I wanted to make stair down, but there wasn't enough room to do it, and I couldn't find a way to make it fit in that little corner. So I thought, why not make a staircase up and then have stuff up here, so we can, in the future, make a wall here or a doorway here and make a hallway that goes down, say, to the gold farm for maintenance access, or have different farms up here, like the basalt generator. I can move up here somewhere, and we can just tuck away a lot of things sort of in between the two levels of the base. So above the little hallway down there, but below the floor of whatever would be above it. So again, just working on structure and future-proofing things and just thinking of ideas. I need to add a door here, but this is sort of the maintenance access for the sorting system down below. And yeah, we got the water system working out to where it sorts all the items. I'll show you that below, how the input goes. The idea is I want to be able to drop items into this hole here and have it be collected into a single hopper or single water stream, and then we'll have it go into this dropper over here, which is kind of the main dropper for the base. This kind of keeps items flowing one at a time, so the filter above is able to handle all the items coming in so they don't come in too fast. So this will kind of be the hub of the base where all the items end up getting filtered to. So like this iron farm over here, I'll end up having that, filtering out into the water stream or into that dropper. The basalt generator that we can build, I can have leading into this chest as sort of a buffer to lead items into the dropper. And the gold farm has its own storage system over here, so I don't think I'm going to move that because that's kind of self-contained already. But any future farms that I build will probably be integrated into this system. As far as the design of this hole, I haven't really come to a decision yet. I'm debating whether to keep it like bright red and use a lot of nether wart, kind of like this stuff, or if I'm overusing it and want to use something like black glazed terracotta that has the red theming to it, or if I'm just using too much black and red. I'm also thinking that I could just make it like black concrete or something just completely black so it looks like a black hole where you're just throwing your stuff into a black hole and you don't see where it's going, and have maybe a hopper minecart underneath if it's concrete on the floor that just sort of picks up all the items and drops it into that system. So we'll keep thinking about that, and I'll work on this. But other than that, I think it's time to get out of this base because I've been working on this too much and I'm tired of working on this repetitive stuff. So let's go see what's going on around the server, maybe mess with some people, maybe shop at the shopping district. I don't know. Here's an overlay of the base, by the way. I'll let you guys get a good shot of that. But anyways, let's go see what's going on outside of our little world here. All right, everyone, pull up a chair, gather around. I lit the fire, I opened the book, and I'm going to read you a story titled, What Happened Today, and why this section of the video is a montage with a voiceover rather than actual video that I spent hours working on. Once upon a time, I decided to meet up with some other members of the realm to tour their bases and see some other cool things going on the server besides my own. I met up with Corin, we toured his desert village, we checked out his dual iron farm, we saw a strider cage which had some cool striders in it and decided I want some striders for my base. More on that later. We then traveled over to his guardian farm and got loads and loads and loads of XP, more XP than anyone would realistically need ever in their life. We then flew over to his Octo Gold farm, Octo meaning 8, so yes, that is 8 portals of gold farm going on all at once. Just look at all those frames. We lagged out the server for a bit just so we could make Darren mad. We then decided to run all the way across the entire map to visit Cat's Bastion, otherwise known as Catchtion. Just kidding, that's just a name I made up right now because I thought it was funny. We found some striders, and then I slowly rode one back to the base only to have him walk off a bridge, fall into water, and drown. I then spent the next hour finding more striders and bringing them back to the base, decided to spend some hard-earned diamonds at the shopping district and help some other members of the realm earn an income, and then went to visit Darren at his finished pyramid. After visiting Darren, we flew down another tunnel to go home and record my outro, only to have my boots break, and I say this very slowly and very purposely. My boots broke while I was flying. Upon reaching my base, I decided to take a break from recording and double check my footage to make sure I had enough to make a complete episode. It was at this point I realized none of my audio was working for the entire day, so all this footage was ruined and had to go on the trash can, and then I just rage quit. All right, kids, so what would you say the moral of this story is? When life gives you lemons, no, I'm not going to do that. When life, gets tough and things don't go exactly your way, you could always make something good out of it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. It ended up being a day worth of recording lost and then about an hour of editing to put that together. And I'm still only about 8 minutes into my episode, so we're going to have to find some stuff to do around the base. I ended up spending some time organizing my shulkers a little bit and my e-chest, and then I went and enchanted some new boots and got those back up since my other ones had broke. And so now I'm over here just repairing some tools and getting some XP to catch up from all the enchanting I was doing and book combining. So yeah, we're just going to catch up on all that and we'll get on with our next project. Enough time spent talking about this project. I think I finally want to lay down some blocks. I got a good idea for what I want to do. So right now I'm just making some space and we'll lay down some hoppers. The idea I had, instead of having like an endless drop chute or something like extravagant just to get it done with, I'm going to put a hopper chain that leads up to this dispenser and have a little platform here and then put campfires on top of it. So when you're looking down the chute, it looks like you're just dropping your items into a big pit of smoke and you won't be able to see where they go, but they'll all fall on a little platform of campfires, which won't burn the items as far as I know. I have the same thing set up in my iron farm over there and it doesn't burn the items. So this has been somewhat tested and we'll find out if it works or not. But I'm going to go ahead and lay down some hoppers, build the walls up over here, and then lay down some campfires and we'll test it out. All right, we got the walls up and I calculated that I'm probably going to need about a stack of hoppers just for this bottom platform. And then I also need to be able to connect it to the dispenser right there. So we'll go ahead and just dig a little hole so I can reach over there. And then we'll see how many we actually are going to need. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch back to this one. And that's already 4 of them. So let's just fill up this whole thing. And it looks like I just made enough. So yeah, we have enough with 2 to spare. So yeah, I did really good, I think. All right, and I think we just about have enough. It really is tedious doing campfires because the campfires don't stack. So you have to craft 1 in each slot. So yeah, there we go. We filled it all up. As you can see, these don't really stack on each other, and I don't understand why they don't, because they don't really have a state that changes except for if it's on or off, and I don't see why those can't really stack on each other. But anyways, this was just a lot of running back and forth, making sure that these all fit in there without crafting too many extra, which looks like we did okay with that. So let's go ahead and we will close off this wall, and then we will test this out if it still sorts or if the items burn. One of the side effects that I didn't account for was the fact that the smoke was going to come through the top, and I actually like that idea. I like this effect that it makes, gives it a little bit of a charm to it, or like a mysterious vibe about it. Like, what is the smoke pit? But I don't like how you can actually see the fire. I was more thinking of a big plume of smoke that you couldn't see through, so you wouldn't really see what you're dropping your items on. But that's okay. And then the other thing that I really can't believe that I missed and didn't do was the blue fire, the blue campfires. That totally would have fit this base aesthetic really well, more so than these. And yeah, I can't believe I missed out on that opportunity, but I do want to go ahead and test this thing out, and we'll go ahead and drop these in there, and then we'll drop these. Let's see if we can drop these. Oh, yep, now I'm down in here. So I fell in here once before and had already knocked out this wall. So yeah, I'm going to have to fix that and figure out a way to get out of there in case we fall in the future. So I do hear the dropper going. That is a good sign that all the items are coming through, and they should just go straight to these chests over here. So let's see. Yep, there's items coming in, and we should have items coming in here unless they already came already. Yeah, it looks like these items are still coming through, so good. Now the next thing that I need to do is go through the back and actually itemize all these hoppers. And initially I was hesitant because I wanted to group them in order and like keep them, similar to each other. And over here is the blackstone. Like obviously this is going to be a huge asset around the base, a huge need that I'm going to have. So I wanted to put that over here, but then, I have some, or the basalt here is a big need too. But then after that, I don't have anything in any of these filters. And I was thinking I need to find out, do these in order because the items come in over here, and whatever item comes next that's not one of these will get into the next one. But I didn't think about just putting in the filter sticks temporarily just to block new items from coming in. And if I ever want to change that in the future, it's just a matter of switching that stick out with the item that I want, and then they'll start coming in. And that way I can keep, the red blocks over here and whatever blocks on any of these. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the filter blocks and then decide where I want some items and then mark them out. All right, I went through my storage system and grabbed whatever blocks I could that I do want sorted in this system, and I didn't have a lot of what I was looking for, but this is kind of what I had. So we're going to start with some of this blackstone. We got gilded blackstone that I want to keep, and then a lot of this crimson stem, nether wart block, and shroom lights. I couldn't find any warped warts, the stems. I couldn't find any of those. I don't think I have any, but I am going to keep these blue ones. I'll have to go find some of those and add those to it. The black glass I've been using for the redstone, and I do want to save that just in case I need it. The soul soil, cobblestone is good to have for redstone, and the dirt, of course. And I didn't have any stone actually to start a filter, so I'm quite embarrassed of that. I am overdue for a mining session because I am running quite low on materials as far as, stones and cobblestones. But let's go ahead and find the filter for this gilded blackstone. I think we will. Oh, there's basalt in there. Let's not do that. So we'll put the gilded blackstone here. And then I guess we'll save, see, we got blackstone going on here. We don't want that. Let's make sure there's nothing in all of these. It does look like there's stuff in all these. So maybe we could have a second one of blackstone if we really wanted, but let's just go ahead and drop a filter stick in there, and that will lock that one up so nothing gets in it. And we'll just do that for the rest of these as well. Okay, so this blackstone section is all blocked off and filtered off. So this one, we want to use the crimson stems, and then let's see, that should be going, okay, that's filtering out. And then we want the crimson or the nether wart blocks. And then I think the next one we'll save for the warped stem, but we'll just go ahead and block that off with the filter for now. And then we'll add the warped wart block in here. And then I think that's it. Actually, we can add the shroom light to this one, and I need more of those, which I do have in another chest on the other side of the base. So we'll come back for those. And let's just add a filter stick to these until we figure out what to put in these last two. And then I think here we could probably start maybe a redstone section or just a block section. So maybe we'll start with dirt, and then we can go cobblestone. The next one can be reserved for stone, which I don't have, but I'll just put a filter stick there. Is that this one? Okay, so we need a filter for this one. Maybe this can be andesite or some polished basalt or something. I don't know. We'll just block these off. And then on this side, maybe we can do the glass on this one. Let's see, what else do we have here that we haven't sorted yet? Actually, soul soil can go back over here. So let's find where that one section was with the nether blocks. So we can actually, let's use this last one as soul soil. Hopefully I hit that last one. Yeah, I hit the last one. So we'll use soul soil here. I actually have more of it. And actually on this nether block one, I think I will do a section of netherrack because I do tend to have a lot of this laying around, and rather than throw it away, I may as well use it. So we actually have all this set up except for the warped stems, I believe needs to go on that one. So I do need some blue stems. All right, the next one in the system, we'll use these logs because I do have quite a few stacks. Did I just only put one in there? Yeah, let's put the whole thing in there. We have quite a few stacks of those laying around, and I would like to be able to sort those. Maybe leather because we do have a lot of cows around, and I will sort the leather out. And I think that's really it for what I want to store and what I have mass quantities of right now. So I think for that, I'll just go ahead and put the rest of these as filter blocks, and we can just fill these in as it goes, and I don't have to bore you guys with all these details. I think for now, I'm just going to leave these last ones open and actually take these filter blocks out, because that way these hoppers can kind of catch whatever's left. And for now, these can just be miscellaneous and catch what's, the tail end of everything or whatever those ones miss, because these aren't 100% catching everything as we saw. All right, so now that we have all the filters put in, I think I'm just going to give this a mini test and just throw a bunch of items at it and see what happens. We have crimson stems up here. I actually grabbed quite a bit of everything. As you can see, my inventory is almost filled up with blocks. So let's just go ahead and start tossing some stuff in. Toss those in, toss those in, toss those, toss those, toss that. And actually, let's move around a little bit to get these in some different hoppers so we don't get them all stuck in the same hopper and the items just sit there. So we will toss blackstone, basalt, cobble, blackstone, polished blackstone bricks, cracked polished blackstone, blah, 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 blackstone or warped blocks, and crimson stems. And I believe that's all I have. Oh, and the gilded blackstone. So let's just go ahead and give that a few minutes and we will see what happens. So the system appears to be working. I can hear the dropper shooting items, and I checked a couple of these chests and you can see some items coming in on some of them, but it looks like it's kind of doing one item at a time. And then I've been checking these chests over here because this is the start of the miscellaneous chests, and everything up until that point is either filtered or plugged up so it can't collect anything. So anything that gets missed by this section over here will end up in this hopper, or if that one misses it for some reason, it'll go in here, because neither of these have any filter or redstone hooked up to them, so it should just go straight down. And this block was in there before, so don't worry about that. That's not part of it. So yeah, I've just been going back and forth and testing this out, but yeah, this is just a long and boring process, so we'll skip this. I didn't do a count at the beginning to see how many items of each we had, but nothing went to the missing section over here. So it looks like the system is working, and I'm quite happy with that. So now we have a full input to storage system, fully sorted as far as the items that we have picked so far. So we'll have to expand that as time goes on. But now we can move on to bigger and better projects because we can check this one off the list. That being said, that's all the time I have for today. I really did put a lot of extra effort into this to make this episode entertaining for you guys and really to overcome the drawbacks that we've been having this entire episode. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, let me know in the comments and leave a like on the video because it really does help the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to follow along for future adventures. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.